In some previous videos, a few videos back, I said that I had left a egg coffee house and I veered off course because I'd done that before, the evening before. I went there with another tour guide, and then I was able to walk home by myself. It wasn't really that far. And I used the GPS on my phone. For some reason, this night, something went wrong. So I end up in a totally different place. So I guess I could call this adventure, an adventure. I'm in for an adventure and I'm exploring. I'm not using the stabilizer, I'm just using the tripod because I wanted to video some of the food and the tour. So the best way to do that was to take the little tripod handheld and put it down on the table, and then I can just click and then you can record. Now the GoPro is very good in that it has a built-in stabilizer, but not that great. At least GoPro 7 that I'm using here, it's not as great because you can still see some shaking, but it's definitely better than some of the other cameras out there, like my little handheld Kodak camera. Wow. I remember I took some videos in Bangkok with that, and it was like so wild. Somebody told me she was getting dizzy just looking at the video. Yeah, it's true. It's like you're walking and it's like all over the place. Makes you feel dizzy. So there I am, walking in Hanoi. I see people sitting there. I guess they're waiting on the bus. Keep in mind, it's a Sunday night. It's Christmas Eve, the 24th of December, 2023. There's a sign there.
The online safety bill was recently introduced,
so where traffic
and the Education Secretary said
lane going right there.
such as guidance on the use of phones in schools.
I guess I'm reading that sign to have an idea. So we're definitely not in the old quarter.
In schools, it's quite a big step.
In Hanoi proper, the city.
We know and understand that this is really worrying to parents.
There's nothing here about these streets that resemble the old quarter. So this is an exploration right here.
Where Brianna's killers were looking.
Okay, what's that?
Brianna's murder has
Looking
once
at
again
there.
put a spotlight on that central question: what more can we do to protect children online? Nora Nanji, BBC News. Emergency teams in Chile are battling to control wildfires that have killed at least 50
It looks like a restaurant, right? Right there. You
bodies
see
will be found. More than 1,000 homes
tables. You could sit in there, that building right there. Yeah, chairs, fan. Yeah, more than likely it's a restaurant. But it's empty at this time of the night. Look how empty it looks. Full bowl, one bowl, food.
And specialises in Latin America. Hello there to you. Just how bad are these fires affecting Chile?
We know so far that at least 51 people have been killed, but as the Interior Minister said, this likely is going to rise very likely as more bodies are found, as rescue workers reach the affected areas in the Valparaiso region. It's a central region in Chile.
It's the Museum of what? Natural History? Vietnam Museum of Natural History. Wow.
And that some of these fires are now
That's what it says.
because people think they were started on purpose.
Written in
Across
English.
the area of Valparaiso, many fires, like 90 fires, are still active, with firefighters really battling against those in trucks and helicopters trying to quell and contain them. So far, these fires have impacted about 43,000 hectares, but it's very worrying that they're very close to many urban areas. The most delicate situation is thought to be in the city, Valparaiso, which is a coastal tourist city and has been engulfed by huge
Later on,
driven by strong winds and high temperatures.
I think when I got down to Saigon,
particularly hard hit around
I checked at my phone and see that I have Grab. I used Grab in the Philippines back in 2019 when I went there, in September 2019, right before the pandemic struck. And that came in very handy because,
stay where you are so that the emergency,
like for example, I was right there by the Vietnam Museum. I could have stood right there if I remember and ordered a taxi, a Grab, and it would have come right there by the Vietnam Museum of Natural History and picked me up.
do so as quickly as possible. But the state of emergency
So
has been
the Grab
enforced
taxi
by
comes in
President
very
in
handy.
order to make all resources available to help cope with this emergency and help the families.
You don't even have to know where you are.
Military units also being deployed to the area.
The phone finds where you are with using the
This
GPS,
is the worst disaster Chile is facing.
and then it asks you to confirm. So what you do, you look around, check to be sure.
On trying to contain and put out the flames.
When I went back to Thailand, after my trip to Vietnam, I went back there, it was the 3rd of January 2024.
finally, 2020,
And I went walking around. I went someplace like where the government buildings are, the Thai national government area. They have like a lot of their departments over there. And I ordered a Grab taxi. I was right by the Ministry of Tourism and Sports, but the guy never showed up. And that put me in a difficult situation because it was very hard to get a regular taxi out there. They didn't have enough. I wasn't traveling with enough Thai baht, you know. I didn't know whether they use debit cards in the taxis, so that was really problematic for me. And then where I was trying to get to, where the boats are, the ferry, when I finally got there, I had to walk. And they had closed down. It was really one of the worst nights or days I ever had. And I wrote Grab, and they gave me back my money. They refunded me. The guy actually laid claim to it. He never picked me up, and yet he was paid, you know. I mean, left me standing there stranded. How could you miss where the Ministry of Tourism and Sports is? Right there at the exit. I was standing right there where he told me to stand. Anyway, I'll catch you in the final video of exploring.